Okay. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. I am your host, Ed Huncho, and it is it's been a fucking it's not been a day, but it's been a day. So here's welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den discussing everything normally. Den show. We working on that. Like I just today, if you're new to this, you're gonna be like, what is this weird ass intro? It's just your unlucky day. You're just gonna kind of catch some rambling, get in where you fit in. If you've been fucked with this. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's a lot of shit going on. I've actually put a lot of work in today. Working while working, right? So like in the middle of fucking my downtime, my job, like right over there is where I work from home. And I literally take my fucking chair when I'm done with work or I'm on break or I'm at lunch. And I take that fucking chair from over there and I bring it right here. And I keep working, right? Half time don't eat fucking lunch. I always try to work on something, get something else going, and then debating, whether or not what does or doesn't get done. When I'm done, I'll try to get the stream stuff together. And it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot today, right? And so I was very tired. I almost didn't stream tonight, but might not stream tomorrow. Might not, because like I said, I've been kind of on this kick. Like, well, now that my off days are Friday, I think I might, until their schedule gets changed, some other things change up. I'm just taking off Fridays. Like, no work, no computer. I mean, like last time I took off, when I told you I'd do that Thursday or Friday, like I didn't even touch a computer, right? It's just like, fuck that. So anyway, I am your host, Ed Huncho, man. Thank you for coming to the Den. If you're new to this, hit that like button, subscribe button. It's the best conversation on the entire internet. So you have stumbled across something amazing. Shout out to all the people who come each and every night that we do go live and we do rock. Y'all already know how it's going down. It's not much of an explanation, but it is my honor. It is my privilege. But more than anything, I promise you, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with you wonderful people each and every time we do get to rocking. But tonight we're going to talk about blacks versus black business. We talked about, I briefly mentioned Keith Lee yesterday, and I'm not going to sit there and play like I'm super familiar with what he is. On a general basis, he's I think a ex-MMA guy. I don't know if he's in the UFC or whatever, but he does food reviews, right? But he seems to be a pretty stand-up guy, I guess, person with integrity. And it's not a lot of that these days. Like a lot of people can be bought and you say anything. And so, kind of, I guess, what took place over the weekend or last few days or whatever, is he went out to Atlanta. I guess went to this popular spot in Atlanta. I think we finna get into it. And so apparently he didn't get good service, or his wife went in and they kind of were very rude, disrespectful. He goes in, they see who he is, and they try to change the whole script. Then he's leaving, and they tried to, bribe him and do all that. So then when that didn't work, they got on the radio and started shitting on him. And then oh wow! They got on the radio, started shitting on him, and then after they saw the kind of the blowback, they tried to change their tune, right? So I want to talk about black versus black businesses because then Ocho Cinco kind of came out, and like me, I guess didn't know who he was. A couple of celebrities didn't know who he was. I don't, I'm not big on the celebrity change. I actually take pride in not knowing motherfuckers. Like, I was thinking about this. I'm like, man, I'm out the loop. But that's actually probably way better. Like, it's probably better to be out the loop than being in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Because if you in the loop, you're a fucking weirdo. Right? Like, if you just hip to every fucking thing going on all over the internet, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, you don't have a lot. But it's a couple of points I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how people get so obsessed with other people's opinions. I'm going to talk about haters, right? And I'm going to talk about how blacks do business with other black folks. And, why some of the blowback that Keith was getting is kind of weird. But first, let's see who we got joining us this evening. We're going to get to some good conversation. I don't know if the other bot is up. It should be. A couple other things going. So like I said, just really, it's been a day. I mean, since I got up, it's been a fucking day. So again, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope everybody is doing great. I'm going to show a couple of clips, show a couple of videos so y'all who are not hip can kind of understand what's going on. I'm mad because the normal way I go about getting certain shit was kind of tripping. But like I said, shit. You get off, you fucking try to do a bunch of shit at the end of the day where you can actually move around, and then, fucking 2 hours goes by quick, hour and a half goes by super fucking fast, right? To get ready for the fucking day. So it's like, yeah, we just do what we do. Let's see what we have joining us. Is that Shannon Jones? What? Oh my God, my eyes must be bothering me. The lovely Miss Dealer Gamma joining. How you doing this evening? Five Slammer Gamma, good to see you. It is. So what's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss Bell Northside. Let's see. Let's see. Chill out. What's the motherfucking deal? Okay, I was wondering if there were 12. Like, oh Lord, let me see. That type of style look a little familiar. Shout out to 12, lovely Miss 12. How are you doing? It's all illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Illusion. Illusion posts lots of very thought provoking things on the TikTok. Salute to you, my brother. Jared Key, the key man. What's the motherfucking deal? Oh, we can call Jared Key. We can call you Key Bump. That's a terrible name. That might not be the best name. We gotta come up with a name for Jared Key. HTJ said, what's the motherfucking deal? Professor Trill speaking Spanish. He must have got his passport. Professor Trill, the passport brother. What's the motherfucking deal? Dre, international player Dre, doing it the player way. Hey, I didn't know how great Rick James was. Like, I know the whole Rick James, but when I watched this documentary, Rick James was the fucking shit. Let's see. What'd you say it? Vivek. So what? I don't even know who Vivek is. I don't even know who that is. I literally have no. Who is that? I don't know who Vivek is. You have to enlighten me. I see Dre. What's the motherfucking deal? Right, exactly. Tell the truth. M5. What's the motherfucking deal? Really good to see you. Let's see. Again, if I miss you, I promise I ain't this shit. Ain't nothing but love. All right, so let's start with Delta Echo Golf. What's the motherfucking deal? The people, yeah, man. Look, I ain't tripping on the lack of daylight. All right, I ain't tripping on that. It's just a lot of shit going on, right? Like I don't even care. Like, but that's the thing though. When you work from home, like, you know how easy it can be to not go outside for days. It's like you got to be really, really careful. I've caught myself. Like, let me go take the fucking trash. You got no trash. Let me just take this little grocery bag of trash outside just to fucking go out. Like, cause you make groceries. You know what I'm saying? So you like, I'm trying my best not to like eat out, and of course you can always like Uber or something if you just ain't got it. But like, I get my supplies delivered. I get, there's no real reason to leave. Oh, I said we should call you the Key Bump, but I said we need to get a better we need to get a better name than that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's cool, but then it has its upsides and its downsides. So it's weird, right? The other day, I'm gonna tell this story, and it's just a super stupid little joke. Like I tell you, I don't fuck with I don't ever talk. The only comments, like, so we got these team chats. And in the team chats, like everybody, oh, I just did this one, I just did this, I just did it. Like, so they like status like after every call. I've never commented. I think it's weird. Like, why am I doing that? There's no reason for me to do that. They die. Oh, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to the restroom. Be right back. I don't have to say be right back if I never joined in the conversation, right? So it's like I was never here, so no need to be right back. And then like. And anyway, like I said, it's just it's weird stuff. But so the other day they do this stuff whenever there's not a lot of calls going on or whatever they call this shit, VTO. So that's how I've been able to get off early for the sauce. For those of you who fuck with the sauce, last couple of days they'll be like, well, who wants to VTO? We'll let you go. I'm like, fuck, I want a VTO. I'd rather go fucking do the sauce than sit here, doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'd rather be working on my own shit. So fuck, I've been like every time they've been asking for it, I'm quote unquote an end of the day person, so I'm a closer. And so they be asking me this shit all fucking day. It's, oh, no closers. Like, wait, bitch, closers that's like a racist term. Like, closer is worse than nigga to me. I'd rather be called a nigga than be called a fucking closer. Like, at this point in my life, I'd rather be called, like, in this situation, I'm sure, like, you're getting paid big money to close sales. That's a different thing. But right now, I'd rather be called a nigga than a closer at the job I'm at. But I say all that shit to say, you know what I'm saying? So the motherfuckers like asking. I mean, I've been the first motherfucker every time they asking all day, no close, no club, still tagging my shit. And then, so yeah, she's like, oh, hey, Ed, you want to go home? I'm like, well, I am fucking at home. Well, I say fucking. I said, I'm at home, but I will log off. Like, I work from fucking home. It's like, why would you ask that? That to me, that was like a dumb fucking thing to say, right? Like, and I get what's being said. So maybe it was a little bit of the dickhead in me just kind of like being a bit of a smart ass and saying like, I am at home, but I'll log off. It's better than being called a fluffer, exactly. Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. Do people think about these things before they do this shit? Uh, yeah, it's just weird to me, right? It's fucking weird. Like, obviously I do. I've been the first person to respond every time y'all been asking all day. Like, I'll put this like for future. I'll put for future reference. Fucking use my name first. Like, these people got kids. They celebrate holidays. They do all this. They need money, right? I don't. They care about these things. I don't care about Thanksgiving. I don't care about like Christmas and stuff. And like, this is not to be dismissive of the people who do. It's just I never grew up in that shit. So it's like it don't weigh like that to me. I'm not suffering from anxiety thinking about what do I got to get my children for Thanksgiving. These ungrateful little bastards who treat me like shit all year. What am I going to buy them that they're demanding I buy, or else I'm not going to? Man, fuck that. Like, get the fuck out of here. So I say all that to say that. But anyway, let's talk about Keith Lee, man. And let's kind of get into it. So what was going on with that? Like I said, I'm going to show y'all a couple little clips. The thing that pissed me off the most about the Keith Lee situation, and I'm going to show it to you here. And I'm just mad because I couldn't fucking download the goddamn dilly the way I needed to. And I don't know why. I don't know why it wouldn't. I do know why, but I don't know why. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do some real ghetto shit, right? Like some real ghetto shit. So y'all just bear with me while I'm doing ghetto shit in the background. That's how we rock. But anyway, so when I wasn't Keith Lee shit, the shit that bugged me the most was like have an opinion. I don't give a fuck. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion, no matter how bad it is, no matter how educated it is or uninformed it may be. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion, but you have to be willing to take what comes with voicing your opinion out into the public, right? And so, like I said, I kind of watched old buddy and how he's responding. I've never watched his food. This is the weird thing. I've never actually watched a Keith Lee food review. I've watched Keith Lee defend Keith Lee's actions, but not him actually eating any food. Weird, right? Okay, whatever. So anyway, it gets out, and I guess this Real Milk and Honey place in Atlanta. Y'all know everything in Atlanta is hype, and I'm using Keith Lee as a reference for some shit. So like, it's more than really Keith Lee. He's just like the face of this fucking shit. The conversation is black people versus black business because what came out after all of this Keith Lee shit. So Ocho Cinco and Shannon are talking about it on the I think Shannon Sharp's podcast or whatever, and. Hold on a second. Let me make sure y'all are getting y'all's. I don't think y'all are getting your. What is this disconnect? Oh, I know why. I don't have no auto connect for this one. Let me make sure y'all are getting y'all's. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all don't see the bot respond or anything like say the new bot. It should be giving y'all welcome points when y'all come in. So like if y'all say something and y'all don't see the bot respond, just let me know so I can get my what's up points. The bot fucking with me, so just let me know. Like I say, the new bot is a little bit different. A little more complex, so I sometimes I may forget certain parts. Still working on some shit, but they really have time to work on some shit. I want to work with that. But anyway, so Ocho Cinco's basically talking to who is this guy? Who he think he is? He's just a nigga with an opinion. Now, whether people choose to follow your opinion or not, that's on them. But again, I tell y'all, most people are followers, and we're gonna get into that. But anybody's allowed to have an opinion. If people want to believe your opinion or not, it's something about the guy, obviously, that people like, that they value about his opinions. And so they listen to him. Anyway, what's his name? Told him, no, he shouldn't do that because he's hurting black businesses and he's hurt. Like, and this made me lose, like, we all know Chad's a goofball. He's always been a goofball, but he's made sense at a certain point. But like, I'm not going to lie, that shit made me lose whatever respect I did have kind of left for the dude, if I had any left, like from headbutting and all of the shit. Like, then it's not like he's that relevant, or that I care that he's that relevant. He's funny, but kind of ignorant. And it's a lot like, that's why I say, like, I don't know to say why people listen to athletes and value their opinion, because a lot of athletes are retarded in the sense that, not like they got CTE, but that too, but they're retarded in the sense that their growth is retarded. So a lot of them have been stellar examples of human ability since, childhood or their teenage years. So they get treated in a different way. They get pampered in a different way. They don't deal with reality like most people, right? even just being a large man or just being looking at, like, you get treated much differently than normal people. You've had this your whole life, right? So how can you value a retarded person? And I'm not saying that he's retarded mentally, but he's retarded in his growth as a human being. And I'm saying this to sound real slick when I'm getting away with this shit, you feel me? But how do you value a retarded person's opinion? So like when you go out and you value celebrities and athletes and people who've been rich their whole life, all these things, they're retarded. These are retarded people, right? And again, not in the mental illness kind of way, as in growth retarded. They don't grow. They don't go through the shit that we do. I tell you, celebrities don't have real relationships. They don't have to go through the real problems that real men and women go through whenever we deal with shit. Like, you got money issues, you know, oh, won't we do another movie? Let me drop another album. You know, like, you're not going through real shit. Like, other than a bunch of extra fucking attention. Okay, so again, those are retarded people, right? So when I say retards, I'm talking about celebrities, not people, man. I love people. I'd rather hang out with 100 people with mental illness probably than the overwhelming majority of most of them. Only celebrity I think I ever actually really wanted to ever hang out with was Devin the Dude. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the fucking Kush Den, right? Like, before it's all said and done, I need to hurry up. Before it's all said and done, there's going to be a Kush Den episode. And I'm going to smoke while having a conversation with Devin the Dude. I don't know when it's going to happen. But that's something I've been saying for years. And my mind state now is to start pursuing that. But, so again, you listen to these retards. So Chad is retarded, right? So, and he has this mindset, we shouldn't, what you doing, you're hurting black business. And niggas go to this mindset, like niggas go to this mindset when it comes to black folks, like, you can't ever say anything bad. Don't say bad stuff in front of the whites. Like, nigga, fuck that, right? Like, if your shit sucks, if your service, I'm not going to exalt you for lesser quality serving. That's what the fuck we want to do. We pay for this overpriced shit. I told y'all about nigga clubs, and we done got on that whole conversation. Like, if we do the shit to our fucking selves, and then when somebody says something, when somebody got the, not even the nuts, the decency to say, man, it's some bullshit. This fucking food is some bullshit. This wait is some bullshit. The only reason we're waiting this long is not because you're making this top-notch, high-quality fucking food. It's because you got a bunch of lazy niggas in the background on their fucking phone, on fucking Instagram, Snapchatting, and doing whatever the fuck else they fucking doing, right? They're not making the fucking food. Because how the fuck, when the man he talks about complaining about something whenever they gave him the hold up, he said there was 2 chicks outside who were waiting longer than he was in the car, and he told them to serve them. And they got their food right away after being waiting for an hour and some change. Like, look, I get colored people time. Let's talk about colored people's business time. That's the colored people time we need to fucking talk about. Because colored people business time is the worst fucking time of all. Like, oh my God. Colored people business time, right, is the, you will wait. Have you ever been to a black barber? A decent black barber that got some clientele? And we ain't even talking about like a quality privilege. Just a nigga who got some client. Nigga finna smoke his blunt. You know what I'm saying? He finna hit the drink. Y'all don't even know what that is. That nigga might pop a molly before he do your shit. He gonna call some hoes. He gonna go hit 2 or 3 licks. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've got some in my, you know what I'm saying? He halfway through your edge up. You got an important day. You got a job interview. You gotta go do something real. You gotta go do some real. Barber finna go outside, sell some dope. He gonna hit a cigarette and he gonna hit a blunt. He gonna hit the blunt and the menthol at the same time, man. You know, the little menthol that just boot my little high big dog. You know what it is. You gotta hit. Y'all, I've never been into that shit, right? I don't want tobacco with my weed. Anyway, so we talk about colored people business time, like that's worse than regular colored people. And we do it to ourselves, right? And we go, oh, and the reason why we do this shit, why niggas do this shit, is because other niggas hype shit up that ain't even that lot because they've had lame ass experiences because they only go to black owned restaurants, right? And they're used to the shitty fucking service that they get by only going to the black owned restaurants and thinking it's quality service. But then they go to the steak 48s and Poes and take, like, we gotta be 1K, right? And I said I'm gonna bring this stuff about Keith, but it's not really about Keith Lee. This is about blacks versus black businesses. And Keith Lee is just a microcosm of this shit. It just blows it up a little bit larger, right? And there's some trill shit I was gonna share here in a minute too. I mean, there's a couple of things I meant to clip. We're gonna get all that shit. And here is the best green is always the free green. But the thing is that we do this shit to ourselves, right? Again, we give ourselves shitty service. We give ourselves lackluster quality. You hear about the fucking club. Oh, you gotta pay for the bottle. Nigga putting fake alcohol in the bottles and they making you paying top shelf for the shit. You over here buying shots for everybody. You drinking Taka vodka. Nigga, like what the fuck? And you think that you out here balling because niggas don't know quality. They know appearance. They know how something looks. They don't know the real authenticity of shit. Like what quality shit really is, right? They just want to be seen being perceived as doing something quality. It's not about really doing real good shit. Like, niggas don't know. Niggas do what other niggas do. Like, one nigga does something and discovers, and that becomes the theme for niggas for the year, right? Oh, niggas is cruise. Oh, now niggas is they've infested the carnival cruise. Like, do you know that I've never been on a cruise, right? I want to take a cruise. I really want to go on a cruise. I do. I want to go on a cruise. But do you know the challenge ain't on this bot? So, yeah. What's up, banker man? What's the motherfucking deal? I gotta get the challenge working on this bot though. I don't think it's on this one. But it's like, go out and have real experience. But niggas are the only ones. Niggas' cultural experiences, as far as we go, is Mexican food and Chinese food. We'll go about that far. Like, you gotta go really get out, taste some shit, try some shit. But again, carnival cruises, right? I'm saying I want to go on a cruise. I got the heck going all crooked. I've been arguing with Rangers fans all day who think I give a fuck about the fucking Rangers. I don't. But I'm knock a fucking Ranger fan out. Like, that's people be feeling comfortable with it. Like, I don't get mad about shit. Sports shit I get weird about. Like, shut the fuck up. Especially like unathletic motherfuckers who we want to talk shit about, but just try to argue. I mean, we finna get real sporty right now, motherfucker. How about that? We finna get real major league right now. You don't know what the fuck you about to get yourself into. But yeah, so it's like, it's a situation where we do it to ourselves. But anyway, let me pull up the Keith Lee videos. And what Ocho Cinco was saying is like, there's so many people with that mentality that this is the type of shit that keeps niggas down, because there are people who will support it. Well, it's black owned. You have, no, the fuck you don't. You don't have to support. Like, honestly, like if I look on the Googles, right, and you're looking for a new restaurant, and I see that shit say like black owned or, you know, LGBT friendly or something, like, don't politicize my fucking food. Don't sell me no bullshit because of that. Like, I'm gonna go because I've been eating at black owned restaurants before they were called black owned restaurants, or not even because they were, like, I ate them because the food was good, right? Oh, you gotta support it because, like, it's good food. That's why the fuck I go. I'm gonna go to a place and I'm gonna enjoy what I eat. That's what I want to do. I'm not going for no pseudo fancy. So, like, look, if you've gone to a nice place, you know what good service is, and it doesn't involve anybody possibly twerking on the tables, right? Like, let me get into the video. Let me get to the video because let me set this up. I need a bottle of water. I'm gonna set this little clip up. I gotta do some real janky shit. So just pardon me. This is like the jankiest. Remember we was talking about master dating? That was a great conversation. Yay. I gotta give me a second. I gotta do some cropping on this in the background. But anyway, so like I'm saying, so like think about it though. And even in the Ocho Cinco case, Ocho's like, oh, don't say that. But then niggas will tell you, you can't, like, I mean, we've talked about it in here all the time. And this is all across the country because, you know, people in the den are from different backgrounds. They're from different areas. They're from some different countries, easily different states, different cities. And so there's been one common denominator. I don't think, except for that one person who used to just, we found out was a real big liar about a lot of things. But, you know, that person don't come around no more. But, like, other than that, every other nigga has been very real about their Negro experiences and doing Negro things, right? Like, every other nigga's admitted, I got some real niggers for not all of my friends would never, I don't know, food stamps. What is that? EBT? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, we do have some characters in the deal, but I fuck with y'all. So anyway, let me do this shit because I'm distracting myself. But like, we'll tell you, every nigga in here has had a bad experience at a black restaurant. Like, if you tell me that you've never ever, and I'll tell y'all when I've had I'm telling, and one of the most, and here's the crazy thing, I've had the worst experiences probably at black restaurants, but one of the best, hands down, customer service experience I've ever had was at a black restaurant. And that's why that shit stood out. But like niggas need to take business ethics courses or something that teach customer service first, right? Because that's the shit they don't. You'll go into a nigga restaurant like, I'm trying to come spend money in your business, right? Where the employee's looking at you like, what the fuck you want? Why are you here? You know what I mean? And like, but you don't get that me spending this money here keeps you fucking employed. I know, we know you don't care. I get it. But like, you're not gonna serve like motherfuckers, like I said, they'll be in the back on the phone doing whatever else. They'll be taking more pictures of the fucking food and doing shit before serving it than they will before, getting the fucking food out there. And so that's why I say the shit is just crazy. Like, we got it all ass backwards. We'll go to a motherfucking job talking about what we what we gonna do and what we ain't gonna do. And they still expect to get their full fucking check, right? You still want their full fucking week's pay. But you ain't willing to do the job the next motherfucker. You just taking up fucking space. Right? Give me just a second. I almost got this shit properly cropped. I gotta just do it this way. I couldn't save the fucking video the way I wanted to. And but anyway, so after Keith Lee said this shit, let's talk about how crazy people are on both sides. So apparently Keith Lee was getting some threats, right? And so he's like, man, if it's gonna be like this, I'm not gonna go on tour. Like, we know niggas is fat. We know we fat, right? We fat and we enjoy food. So nigga fight you over some food. Nigga, I told the story a couple of years ago where the nigga stabbed his sister, or sister stabbed her brother. One of them motherfuckers, somebody got stabbed over the last piece of chicken at a fucking family cookout, right? That's why the white folks don't even really want to come to the cookout. We talk about, oh, you invited to the cookout. White folks don't want to come to it. They're going to get stabbed because they put raisins in a potato salad. Right? Nobody want to deal with that shit. Look. And they go to their house with the raisin and potato salad. Everybody gonna eat. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. They come to the fucking cookout with the raisin and potato. They gotta get stabbed. Like, who wants to risk that? I don't advise it. Anyway, so I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I think the whatchamacallit, because I see that shit's still frozen. Y'all want to support the channel? Make sure you hit Hot Show ENT, hit the Cash App, the PayPal, or the Venmo, right there in the corner, in the lower right-hand corner, if you can't spell. Blickety-blickety, while I'm doing all this, let me see. Okay. So, let me make sure the sound is on, all that good stuff. Because it's crazy, right? Like, it's so crazy that it's on the news. Like, I want to show y'all this concept. I haven't really even gone in like I want to go in because I've been trying to like, half my mind is like, get the fucking shit, get the collection plate, nigga. Get the shit around, get the shit done. And then the other half of my mind is like wanting to go on a rant. So I haven't fully ranted. Let me just, because I said I want to provide y'all information for those who don't understand so that you can be a willing participant in the conversation. I'm going to play this. I'm going to let the sound play and everything. I'm going to eat some rice pudding in the background, and don't judge me. If you got a problem with rice pudding, you're just a hater, and you probably just like Broderick.
TikTok food blogger put a spotlight on some unique rules in Atlanta's food scene. Keith Lee attempted to review food from the Real Milk and Honey and Candy Burris's Old Lady Gang last weekend. Lee posted videos with empty hands both times after he says the restaurant's rules made it difficult to order. An owner of the Real Milk and Honey first slammed Lee in a radio interview. The company then posted on social media an apology and promised to change its outdated house rules. It says it will post its new policy online. The restaurant is making changes after a popular TikTok food blogger put a spotlight on some unique rules in Atlanta's food scene. Keith Lee attempted to review food from the Real Milk and Honey and
I don't like the fact of what he's doing.
Ojo,
I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses and
Ojo,
like, dude, how hard it is
and I get it, Ojo,
for us to even get in the food industry and to have our own restaurant. And so,
Ojo,
like, what are we doing?
Don't ask me to come to your house and then ask me what I think about it without asking me to give you my honest opinion.
Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked that.
A lot of these people, listen, a lot of these restaurants do DM him, ask him to come. But he wants to go on, a lot of times he wants to go unannounced and give people, that's what he is. He's a food critic. He's turned himself into a food critic. It's okay.
Are we turning something? Resume? What are the qualifications of being a food critic?
Go to a restaurant and do you like the food? Did you like the customer service? What was it like? Yes. What was the wait time like? That's all you got to do.
How about go do that at Maestro's? Go do that shit at Chris Roof. Go do it at Poppy Steak. Go do it at fucking Zuma. Go do it at goddamn, whatever the fucking rest of them goddamn 5-star restaurants. I don't like the fact of what he's doing.
So this is why I say I lost all the respect for Ocho at this. Now, Ocho has since apologized. So let me put that out because I just discovered that right before the stream. Ocho has since apologized, but I'm still going in because there was some stupid shit to say in the fucking first place, right? Like, people shouldn't have to get on your ass to make you realize how stupid you fucking sound. Like, again, some people just want to talk, right? Some people just need to be heard, right? And at this point, like, I feel like that's what's going. Like, then you're gonna go say go judge these places. Do you know how the fuck they become 5-star restaurants? Because people go judge them and they give excellent fucking customer service. Like, you sound like what I said in the beginning, a retard, right? And it's retarded, and he can't help it. He can't help it that he's retarded, right? He was an athlete. His growth was retarded as he was born. People nurtured, people thought for him, people did for him, probably did schoolwork for him. Hey, just go out there and play good. So that's why I say athletes, celebrities, all these people become famous and get catered for and nurtured. They have assistants and people do all this shit for, especially from kids. They're retarded. They're not lacking function in the brain. They just they have never used it, so they don't have the ability. They lack growth. Their growth is stunted, right? Most people are retarded though. And so when I say that, it's like, because most people turn 14, 15, 16, they think they grown, they start smelling themselves, they stop giving a fuck about school, you know. Think about it. Like, a lot of the people you know probably have a mentality, well now your average 14-year-old got a mentality of a 2-year-old, but depending on your age, got the mentality of the average teenager, right? Like, the way they think about shit, the way they process shit, the shit that entertains them, and it is what it is. And when you ask them to think about what you're saying, it's usually emotional. What do teenagers do? Respond emotionally because they're dealing with puberty and hormones and all this weird shit. So everything's emotional and outrageous. Like, it was very ladylike. He was, well, don't judge our restaurant. Like, shut up, bitch. So like, that's what I feel like saying. Like, shut up, bitch. Like, so you will be okay. And this is what kills me with niggas. Like, I'm a play it fair, right? I'm fair and square because I feel like you got to stand on that. It has to be a part of your character if you're gonna be anything. Like, I'm gonna call it, like I said, if I'm dealing with anybody, so I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna. There may be an unseen bias because of race, and with me, more than likely, I'm gonna be hard on you because you're black. My personal experiences is not even just about being racist. Niggas, come on, dog. You've been fucked over more by niggas than you've been fucked over by white folks, but we don't want to say that shit. So I'm not gonna give anybody the benefit of the doubt for their race, their creed, color. This is how we respond, how we rock. This shit is dumb. So you'd be cool with Keith Lee criticizing a bunch of top-notch white restaurants, Italian, whatever, but you would have a fucking hissy fit if fucking Bobby Lee Jacobson, I don't fucking know, decided to come around and, you know what, I'm going to start going all the top soul food restaurants in Atlanta. I'm going to tell you what I think about them and in my opinion. Now, you know what? This milk and honey, it's pure shit. They don't make that hot water cornbread like mama used to make it. You shit yourself. You fucking lose your fucking shit. But you would be okay if a nigga went and shitted on all this other stuff. But you would hate it if you don't like niggas shitting on nigga shit if the shit is low quality, which is just dumb. If it ain't good, then tell other niggas, hey, you get better service elsewhere. Niggas don't think. Niggas go where the intent. Like, let's talk about niggas and food and drama, right? Turkey leg hut. More turkey leg hut drama. And I don't even be want to know about, like, how is this? Niggas put everybody on the pedestal with motherfuckers that matter, right? Like, false fucking prophets and preachers because they put on theatrics, you put them on a pedestal. Fucking restaurateur drama. Who was the motherfucker who, there was somebody from Memphis had the sweet cake shops and was committing fraud and embezzlement? Turkey leg hut, they cheating and they try to get a dress code and be eating. They mad. Niggas got more mad not because the turkey leg hut nigga was apparently cheating or doing whatever. They got more mad because the dress code got implemented, right? Like, that's the logic. Not that, hey, you know, the person could be a bad person. You're gonna make us have a standard about it. That's the shit niggas got mad about. Anyway, turkey leg hut. The wife just put, I've been fighting a war with my husband. I'm like, shut up, bitch. Like, what the fuck is up with niggas and so much goddamn drama? Bro, like, why is there so much fucking drama with everything? Restaurateurs, fucking celebrities, rappers, like the dumbest motherfuckers that we shouldn't be giving a fuck, right? We give a fuck about. And that's so fucking crazy to me. So, it is what it is. It's craziness. Keystone. Oh man, Keystone, like, oh man. But like, it's just, it befuddles me because how's a person supposed to get better without critiquing? Can anybody tell me how? Like, is it possible for a person to improve without critiquing them? Right? And then that's the thing too. If you go into a bit, you just feel like you're just too good for, you're probably not that great. And that's what happens. Like, well, you know, a lot of people, I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, Keith Lee kind of responded. He was just like, you know, Chad's entitled to his opinion. I don't agree with what he's saying, but I believe they've hashed it out. I think Chad's come back out and apologized. But I want to show the power of social media, and this is why I say this is the crazy thing, right? This is the crazy thing from behind all of it, right? And to me, this is what's weird, right? This is what's weird about all of it, because of all of that blowback, all of that shit that happened with Keith Lee and the Milk and Honey and all of that bullshit. Let me make sure I ain't showing the wrong shit. All of this shit is trash. I'm just gonna show this one clip. I think this is the one I'm gonna actually save. The other ones would cause this bullshit. But look what has happened since then, right? We're talking about a place that was packed, lines out the door, people waiting 2, 3, fucking 4 hours to get their fucking. I'll never, like, look, niggas be talking about Trill Burgers, right? I fuck with Bun B. I'm UGK alumni, day I die, bro. Like, I'm a 1K motherfucker. Like, I'm not gonna let certain things sway my belief. I don't give a fuck if Bun B made a burger of fucking gold. I'm not finna wait no fucking 2 hours for a fucking hamburger, bro. 2, 3, I'm not waiting an hour for, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to fucking HEB. Right, I'm gonna go give me some top quality burger. I'm gonna give me an Angus burger. Right, I'm gonna give me something good. I'm gonna make my own fucking. I'm gonna give me some of the fucking buns, the little fucking what's the bitches that y'all know? They're not Cambridge Farm. What is that shit? The fucking bun. Anyway, I'm gonna give me with the little Hawaiian too. Not the Hawaiian rolls. But I know Hawaiian makes their buns like the sweet roll, but not them. It's like I want to say Pepperidge Farm, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, and fucking, I'm gonna make my own burger in less than an hour. And it's gonna be big, it's probably gonna be cheaper, and I'm gonna have more burgers to make, right? Like, I don't know. Am I the weirdo for not being a fucking weirdo? Like, and I look at it, sometimes I just smile. I'm just like, damn, I'm glad what the world would consider awkward, right? Because when you sit back and you perceive and you look at what people do that's the norm, that's you're like, it's a bunch of fucking weirdos out here. Like, if people really stopped and just sat about and thought about the shit that they fucking do, they realize that you're weird. We're all weird, but like, when you do certain shit in mass, it's extremely fucking weird, right? So, like, it is what it, like, bro, I'm not gonna do it. Like, and again, I'm just not gonna, matter of fact, I will ride to HEB listening to Riding Dirty, right? I'll listen to UGK while I'm making my fucking, I'll do all, it'll be the trillest burger I've never had, but I'm not finna wait no 2, 3 hours, bro. Like, if a motherfucker wanna go wait for me and bring me that bitch, cool, I fuck with you. I'm not gonna do it. I wish Bun the most success in all the fucking world, right? You know, you do have a fucking few political opinions that can be Ocho Cinco-esque, but I fuck with, hey, like I said, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna hate on anybody else doing it. But anyway, this is what has taken place since all of that blowback from this shit.
I'm going to explain the power of social media and making sure that you treat people the right way. Walking past the Real Milk and Honey, as you can see, there's nobody out here since Keith Lee came by and reviewed the restaurant over here. You know what I mean? They're a little light right now. There's some folks in there, but they're not as busy as they normally would be, and the patio is empty. You got to get that service together. And right now, as we walk up the block and walk up to the corner, we get here to the bodega. And as you can see, the bodega is champing like we in New York. Look at all these people that are in here. These are people that you haven't seen, and we even have his thing up here. So shout out to Keith Lee coming to the ATL. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I'm gonna explain the power of social media and making sure that you treat people.
They saying like it's so bad with this nigga. Like niggas out here making fake heat. That's what I say. Like niggas be looking for saviors, bro. They be looking for somebody to idolize. And so like the Trailburg shit, yeah, that shit be popping. Like, but again, it's not even about the food half the time. Like niggas go do shit because everybody else is fucking doing it. Is there possibly celebrities here? Or there possibly some? I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I still. Like, that's the shit. That's why niggas go to the turkey leg hut because celebrities gonna be there. Trailburg might be a celebrity there. Like niggas is lame. Like a lot of shit niggas do. Let's keep it fucking 10,000. That might be the next time. Like I said, I probably won't rock. I might rock tomorrow night. I don't know, but definitely not Friday. Because like Fridays, as long as I'm working this shit, I'm like Fridays is gonna be a complete off day. I say that and shit didn't end up still be working because I done made some momentum today. I ain't gonna talk about everything until I get just the rest of this shit ironed out. But like I woke up today, it was on my mind today. So I really like y'all don't understand. There's certain shit I can't even talk about on this motherfucker. Anyway. But yeah, so yeah, but like I say, motherfuckers be looking for leaders, be looking for motherfuckers to worship and just and do all this stuff. But that's gonna be a topic, so we're gonna talk about how corny motherfuckers really are, right? Like, and the niggas that always talk about being cool are really the corny ones. Like, look at how niggas dress nowadays. Like, the shit that motherfuckers. I saw that Gunna nigga who, like, I've never listened to a Gunna song. Like, I don't know anything. All I heard is Gunna snitch and Gunna this and that. The concert still like niggas don't care about that. 6ix9ine is snitch. 6ix9ine and 6ix9ine still selling out. Like all this shit niggas swear they stand on. Oh, so stand on that. Just stand on business, nigga. I'm at 6ix9ine. That nigga do be jamming. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Like that's why I'm glad I isolate the way I do. Like at this point, like the more and more I look at it, I'm just like. I just some land, a couple of fucking cows, a couple of horses, definitely some goats. Gotta have some goats. 2 donkeys, no more than 2 donkeys. Like all that braying, I can't stand that shit. And you got there, be just fighting donkeys in the middle of the fuck street. Then you gotta worry about it. There's a Colombian donkey thing, but again, so it's just like I'd rather fuck with a bunch of animals, like on some Adam shit. Look, I don't even need a bitch. Just let me have some animals. And some look, let me have a little pat. Don't go into this patch of the garden because you will be blessed with knowledge. I ain't talking about no tree, but I'm talking about some tree. So like I said, it's so crazy because niggas are lemmings basically, right? Like, and if you introduce, like this is what it is. You introduce new thoughts to niggas, they go crazy. Like, you introduce new thoughts, they start panicking, they want to fight you and shit. You know what I mean? It's... oh, man. Again, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Let's think about it. Like, shit that we sit here and say, oh, it's cool. Like, I saw a joke about a white dude, and this is like, I don't even know a black bash. I'm niggas catching the bash, too, so don't, if I bash bitches, it's a full bash day. It's not just a bitch bashing day. It's just a bashing day. Yeah, think about it. The niggas did that shit. Niggas was putting suckers in their fucking mouths, binkies, acting like babies, and thinking the shit was that shit is lame to the motherfucker, bro. That shit is corny as fuck. Niggas nowadays, like I said, the Gunna nigga. I never listened to Gunna in my fucking life. I see this motherfucker come across the time. This nigga got some loose church socks on, like a fucking look like niggas wear old trash. Right, shout out to my nigga Kanye. He did terrible fashion. I would never wear Kanye fashion shit. Like I will wear a corner store white tee, some Levi's, I'll rock some 501s, I'll rock some Slims, you give me some polos, some Chucks, something like, I'm a very simple, like, because I think the more motherfuckers get into fashion, like, the more questionable I am of their, like, I don't got that much time every day to, like, get that fly. Like, special occasions, we jump juice, but, like, it's to try to be overly fly. I'm not a pimp, right? I'm not trying out here catching no bitch. I ain't trying, like, if it's not a purpose to it, I ain't got time for that shit, right? But, a lot of shit be corny. The nigga was talking about how niggas was wearing the sunglasses on the side of their fucking head. I mean, not sunglasses, the fucking snow shit. The fucking snow visor, snowboarding visor. Like, nigga, you in the middle of Arizona. What the fuck you got fucking snowboarding visors on? Like, get the fuck out of here, right? Hello, Heidi. Tell your family. Watch the Den so they can see how bad of a person you are. Anyway. So my thing is like, why? Why are we doing this shit? Why? What is the purpose? Like dumb shit. And the whole thing today was not about just blasting nigga, but I want to look at it both perspectives, because this is why I say, you know, like niggas just be on it's trendy. Niggas only do trendy shit. I told you, niggas only invest in the cool, right? And that's all we got. Is it cool? Oh, it's not cool. Can't do it no more. It's not cool to go to Milk and Honey no more because Keith Lee said so. All you bitches who didn't want to go to Milk and Honey all this time, oh, the line too long. This shit, ain't no line now. Go eat that bitch. All you motherfuckers who propped that shit up and said it was all this and all that, using that bitch every weekend. I'm getting brunch. Black bitches discovered brunch 3 years ago and have been raging alcoholics ever since. I mean, they was raging alcoholics before, but they're real bad now. Like, bitches don't even go to brunch to eat. They don't eat at brunch. They just drink. Bottomless mimosas. Like, get the fuck out of here. Bitch, you're an alcoholic. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I say people are lame. If I like a restaurant, I'm fucking it. You can't tell me nothing about it. Like, you know, I went there. It wasn't good. Well, that was your experience. Sorry for you. I enjoy it. I'm going to go back. Like, I value certain opinions, right? Like, for your opinion to hold weight to me, we've had to actually have been through something where, like, have known each other for, like, you're not going to be, I'm not going to be just, random internet man says that the food is this. Like, I don't know this nigga taste bud. I would rather hear from what's his name. What was the dude? Not word of the day. What was his name? The food reviews guy. What happened to him? Right? Right. So like, you know, it's just, well, look, you know, actually, I treat you like a son, Heidi. So I'm ranting for you. You know, I'm so proud of you and everything you've done. You're like the son I never had, that I never will have. But like I said, my thing is, you know, it's like it's just crazy, bro. Like and I say all this shit, and I have no remorse saying the shit I say, right? Because it is what the fuck it is, right? If it wasn't true and I was just spewing some bullshit, fine. I'd probably feel like I'm on a mission. I'm on some, but I don't have the ability to like have an agenda. I'm not good at having an agenda. Like I'm not. I can't like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Like the shit I say is just the shit, it's because of how I feel. Like I'm not like, I'm going to make sure I manipulate this way. It's just like, man, I just see the shit and I just talk about it, right? So again, it's just like we stop all the shit. If you fuck with the food, fuck with the food. If you don't fuck with the food, don't stop fucking with the food because everybody else said it ain't cool. You're afraid, oh, you went to Milk and Honey, ain't shit. I like, that's what it is. It's whatever's popular at the time. Like, if I like a restaurant, I'm going to keep going that bitch for years, right? It ain't going to be just because it's trendy now or whatever. But in a lot of these restaurants you see, bad business practices and shit goes out of business. But, like I said, I don't want to just bash the black business because this is called blacks versus black business, right? Let's look at the other side of it. Black customers can be some of the worst fucking customers you can have in a black business. We talk about that as well. What's the first thing a black customer... Whoever can tell me the first thing a black customer says at a black business, especially a new black business. I got 1,000, I'll say 500 points for you. While we're working a new point system, I have to figure it out. Right? So, you know what I mean? It's like, exactly. Almost, Heidi. You got it. Exactly. Illusion. No, hook me up. Oh, wait, hook a brother up. Like, what the fuck, bro? You didn't do nothing. You ain't seal the ground. You ain't do no tile. You ain't fucking help us put nothing on the wall. You ain't fucking, you ain't sweep. You ain't lay a brick. You ain't, fucking flip a crack an egg, you ain't do shit, right? But hook me up. Why? Because I look like you? Nigga, fuck you, right? Nigga, fuck you. Niggas will nigga you out of business, bro. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, that's funny. Let me get one rib. How much for one rib? Right? I'm pretty sure Broderick's heard that a couple of times. But Broderick also sells ribs individually because he's a cheap bastard. You know what I'm saying? I got the hookup. Master P told y'all that, and now niggas been wanting to hook up ever since. But yeah, man, it's a wild deal. I don't know the code for this one. Let me see. I got, like I said, I got a bunch of little shits to work with. I got some other commands to updo. Yeah, I got this. Everything's not set up like it needs to be. What is this one? I think this one needs. Okay, let me set a trigger for that one. And let's see. What is the trigger for that? All my things. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna set this. Just a minute. But I got another thing I guess I didn't fucking. I'm gonna set the fucking deal for. But anyway, so I'm about to open up the line here shortly while I am getting all this together. Trying to make sure we do that. And yeah, like I said, this button is a little bit different, so it's some other stuff going on. Oh no. Oh, that's probably what the other one's flipping up. All right, let's see how that works. All right. So, you know, I work on shit live. That's how we do it, baby. Look, you got to build a plan on the way down, baby. That's how you fly. That's how you learn to fly. Let me see if this works while I'm doing that. And hopefully that will trigger something. If not, then play is still fucking up. And I might need to enable that. So that might be why. Okay. No, I gotta do that too. All right. So, yeah. So again, so like I said, you know, that black customers can be the worst, right? Think about it, anytime something goes wrong, anytime something gets fucked up, every time something goes down, it'll be some shit that happened across town that ain't got shit to do with this black-owned fucking business or the shit going on over here. But guess what? These niggas got all them cool shoes. We gonna burn this motherfucker down, right? It's okay to burn the fucking business down. It's okay to run up in our shit and steal the shit, kill the bitch for selling weave. You know what I'm saying? Rob them niggas. They got insurance. Motherfucking insurance won't insure them no more because their store keeps getting fucking robbed every fucking 2 weeks. Right? And that might be their dream. Their dream might have been to fucking get in the shoe. It's a stupid dream. Right? It's money to be, like, again, to me, like, get into fashion, all this. Like, don't get me wrong, like, sell t-shirts or whatever, you know, make a little money. And then shake. But, like, you get in a business like that because you're dealing with people like that. When you deal with fashion, solely with fashion and shit like that, you're dealing with soulless people, right? And you're like, oh, this is a fucked up thing to say. You're dealing with soulless people. Because a lot of people, the people who are so obsessed with fashion and the new shit coming out, it's because they don't really like themselves. So they have to adorn themselves with all this extra shit to make themselves look good, feel good. And they're soulless. So they gotta compare, they're like hoes, right? They're like hoes. And they're just hoes for clothes, you know what I'm saying? You know, think about it, they need more clothes, they need the new shit. Oh, somebody already seen me in this. They already, man, bro. I don't need this. I'm gonna look good in the same fucking t-shirt. That bitch can have holes in them. I'm gonna make that bitch look good because I'm me. That's gonna be my mentality versus motherfucker. I need the new J's. I need the new this. I need the new that. Like I said, people don't realize the vices that they have. Like I'm aware of all my vices, and I acknowledge, I accept them, knowing that they need to be corrected. Whenever I feel like a time it ever gets too bad, then that's when it's time to correct it. Right? But I feel like you gotta have a vice or two, at least a little one, right? But even then, at some point, you have to get rid of that. But somebody said something the other day, and I was like, man, you know, the motherfucker got a point, a great point. And they say, well, if you don't know your vice, and you can sit and say, I don't have any vices, I don't have any fixes, I don't have anything. Your vice is the shit you bow to, right? And think about that. What do you bow to? What do you? This guy keeps looking crazy because I guess the way it's the fucking. I want to have a big ass head, and that's the way it looks in this fucking camera. What do you bow to? Right? And so it may be bound to that food on your plate all the time, stuffing your fucking face, you're bound to that food, bound to that fucking phone, bound to that weed that shit. It is what it is. What do you bow to? That's your God. That's the thing that fucking, that's the thing that gets you. You gotta think, and when the guy said it, he was like, what do you bow to? I ain't bow to shit. But then when the first thing he did when you, and it was like, think about it. You put in your head, but you on that phone. Now I don't want to hold my phone. Like now I got to hold my phone like this now. Like, what's that thing that you bow to? And that's the thing. I'm like, damn, it was a powerful way that it was put. So everybody got their own little vice. Everybody got their own little thing. And if you don't, I feel like the person who does it, we all flawed. The person who does, either an extremely powerful person who has it all figured it out, or the vice that you have is so dastardly, you just don't ever want anybody to fucking know, right? So it is what it is. I'll let you know I ain't got shit figured out. So let's get ready to open up the line because I've been talking a long time. But we ain't got to just talk about blackness. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about food critics. Now that's kind of a weird thing to me, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna be honest, like wholeheartedly following the food, it's the weirdest shit to me because we all got different kind of taste buds, right? Not saying that it's so for all. Well, if I taste sugar, it tastes like salt. Well, if I taste, not like so far, but it's gonna be slight differences. You're gonna have different palates. You know what I'm saying? Your things are gonna taste slightly to where you are in life. Depending on the habits that you have. How flavorful things are to you. Whether you got Roni or not, you might not taste shit. So it's a matter of whatever. But it's weird to me that people just like a cook, and you're like maybe watching somebody cook and seeing the food, but just like to go to a restaurant and be like, oh, I don't like to cook. It's different. It's really weird to me, right? Well, that is a thing. Yeah, that is a thing. Somebody might be. Oh, there definitely are some men who are anyway. Master P. So, let me do a couple of things. Right? Let me get ready. Let me set up the den line. Right. Let me check it out. Let me make sure everything is ready. And once everything is good, my friend, we're going to. So, like I said, I'm working on some stuff. Okay, that's all I can say. Okay, cool. Oh, my friend. Okay, cool. We got one. Excellent. Excellent. All right, cool. Give me 1 second. And let's do that. Yeah, that's what I'm cool. Should have prepared that beforehand, but we are good to go. I hope I got this shit set up right. So we will find out just shortly. And what else I was doing over here? This, that, lickety. All right. Let's get ready to take some phone calls. We're ready to talk about it. We talk about the bad black meaning. We talk about the bad customers. We talk about my trio still got Cleveland Brown jerseys. We talk about all of it. All right. So let me do this first as well. Let's see how this one. See how this sounds. How this comes out. And then exit that out. Okay, let me open up the den line. Blickety blickety. So again, we'll call about it, we'll talk about it, we can talk about whatever. But yeah, like I say, it's weird. Like I say, the people who follow so blindly behind people, and because most people don't think for themselves, right? And again, I'm not knocking Keith Lee, because everything I've come across with the dude, like as far as his just commentary about stuff, seems like a real grounded type of dude. Kind of says like, no, I don't want people out here attacking these people. I don't want people out here giving death threats. I don't want people out here review bombing these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it could have been I might have been a bitch. And you gonna talk about my guy? You gonna talk about my guy like you gonna talk about me? You gonna get on the radio? Okay, man, burn that motherfucker down. I come back to Atlanta and I see some milk and honey still. Boy, it's gonna be some smoke in the city. Y'all can't do this. Look, that's why God don't want me to really have a big channel. So I'll be having people do bad stuff. I'll be encouraging. Look, hey, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it ain't right. So, but again, like I said, it's a wild situation. It's a weird situation, because you have people who will blindly follow any and everything that a person says, or that a person puts out there, that a person encourages them to fucking do. And so it's odd. It really is. It really is very odd that people do the things that they're doing. So I don't know. Oh, if y'all don't know, if y'all are calling the old number, the den line has changed. I guess I should have said that. It is no longer that other number. It is the 866-315-3369, but Den, DEN 9. 866-315-DEN9. So I finally went and got another den line. If you fuck with the sauce, there will be a sauce line. Because I know people have been missing that. I've been missing it. So there's a new deadline, new sauce line, and I'm working on it just in case. It hasn't been too heated lately, since I've just been doing a bunch of woman bashing, but we were getting a little heated there for a little while. So I said, just in case, we need to get back to having some conversations, because there were actually a few text messages in the background on certain calls. People were like, tag me in, let me get in, let me get on that call. I was like, I don't have the ability to do such a thing at this time, right? So I'm still figuring this other one out. So I'm doing it kind of differently, so I can avoid using that other line. But yeah, I mean that other the other number probably still works. It just it's not connected to the current situation. And so also for me to be able to do the thing I told, excuse me, for me to also be able to do the thing I told some of y'all about that new feature, I kind of have to use a different, service, because it's going to take some shit to make that work. But it's going to work, and it's going to be golden. Except it's going to take I got to figure out why the fucking Streamlabs ain't work. I need that to work. I need one or two things to happen. Either Streamlabs has to work, right, or I got to fucking get we need 100 and I think where we at 100. It's got. I don't know. Like I feel like YouTube has been bullshit with some of these numbers that they tell me. Because I think I think it was like 170 the other day. When I say I think it was like 170 something that we needed. Yeah, I think that's what I said. I think we need like 171 total hours, right? And then make sure I hit that like button. I don't want to see that. I want to go to the whatchamacallit. And you said there's a busy center with the new number? Interesting. All right, let's see how that works. Yeah, that's what I say. I got to test. I'd like set up right before the fucking thing. I got the sauce line way earlier, but like I said, I was doing all this shit while I was at work. And so, let me see what it's saying. I know what it is. I probably got to go in here and. I used this service before. It was cool, but they've actually changed some shit since I last. It actually did a couple of things that I think I like about it. Let me go and do this. I think I got to go back in. And that's the only thing I hate about this one too, because there's two different fucking there's the actual software setting side and there's actual the billing side. So you gotta do multiple stupid things. No, I don't want you to call myself on that. Let's see. Give me a second. Yeah, like so it's just I think I gotta go to the yeah. So that's the thing, it's two different sides for two different things, and it's kind of stupid. Let's see. Why is it not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Oh, I know why. I know why. Give me one moment. I know exactly what it is. Why won't they let me? Yeah, I gotta give me just a second. I forgot it's been a minute since I've used this shit, and I gotta. Okay, let me do this. Yeah, it's gonna be real. Probably have to end up switching shit back and forth every time I do the thing. All right, try it now. The the numbers should be better now. Okay. Yep, there it goes, right there. All right. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Illusion, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you doing this evening, sir? I'm doing very good. Not the fucking phone's fucking working. I'm pretty good at that. All right. So. And it's super funny because I guess in this new system, the calls come in differently. And your call came in right before Bell's did. So that's extremely funny. Bell gonna get her. She'll be in the Discord waiting for you. So man, we're talking about business. We're talking about influencers and just kind of people. I guess this is kind of, it's not even necessarily just about food, but it's almost like society kind of in a microcosm. Like, what is it about these, I guess, maybe charismatic leaders or whatever you want to call them that has this much sway over people. To have people writing death threats to other people over food, or to, you know, to do the shit that they're doing. You see, I can't hear him? Okay, hold on. Well, that might be my fault. Let me see. Oh, my bad. My apologies. My apologies. Let me see. Y'all might be hearing off my deal. It might be this fucking program. Let me just switch to desktop audio. All right. How about now? Can I say something there, Mr. Illusion?
I could hear you the whole time.
Yeah, that's what it might be. The setting of it for whatever reason I ain't playing it through. I have to text it. All right, y'all let me know if y'all can hear that now. People in the look, I ain't gotta talk. Look, so me and Illusion can chop up. I ain't gotta talk to y'all. Y'all sit there. Y'all want to be some assholes about it. We'll sit there and have us a good conversation. You'll just miss out. That's how y'all want to be. Thank you, 12. You're a good person. The rest of y'all, I don't know. All right. All right. What were you saying there, son?
I was just saying, I think like for the most part, people just kind of are looking for somebody to follow or something to follow. Like, I don't know if the chat heard the question that you had asked me, but that's probably why they have like the most, or they have the kind of influence they do have. So maybe I'm a little bit confused because I'm not too familiar with exactly what, I know what happened with this Keith Lee person and the restaurant he went to, but so was his following was threatening the owner of the restaurant?
So it was kind of a little bit of back and forth. So I guess after he went, kind of did his review or whatever, he was getting some blowback from a lot of the Atlanta folks saying that he was hating or whatever, because I guess that's a big popular restaurant in there. So there was some negativity getting pushed his way. Then the owner of the restaurant, they went and, got on the radio. But I guess his following kind of responded to that, and then, went and review bombed a bunch of places. And I guess there were some other people who kind of got caught up in it. Some other food reviewer who just happened to be at a restaurant he was at. People were giving her negative shit. And I think there's another place called Milk and Honey, and it's not the real Milk and Honey. And they were kind of catching some blowback from it. And they sent him a message saying that they were getting death threats because people, I guess, thought that was the restaurant. And so he had to come out and basically say,
God damn.
Yeah, it's not over food, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, that's wild. But I like the way you put it though, that it's kind of like a microcosm of like life, right? Because people get ready to jump off a bridge for anything, especially whenever it's something that they identify with.
Yeah.
And Atlanta's fucked up.
Yeah.
So there's that. Atlanta's a fucked up place.
Yeah, Atlanta only has things that start with F that they value. That could be food, friends, other things that start with F that society may look a little differently upon. But, YouTube might not like me saying that too much. But y'all know where I'm going with that. And I've explained my premise on that that has nothing to do with homosexuals. That has to do with flamboyant people. If y'all can't understand the difference in that, it's a huge difference. But yeah, there's a lot of that happening in Atlanta.
And a lot of closet shit too.
Yeah. Oh man. The preacher. That's what I say. It's crazy. But like looking at the food thing, right? And this is like why I don't understand, right? Have you ever had a bad food experience at a black restaurant?
Man, I'd be a liar if I said that I regularly go to black restaurants. Where I'm from, there's not a whole lot of them out there. There's a couple barbecue joints, but that's it. So my answer would be no, but I've had bad experiences at restaurants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like so the
local restaurants.
The negative experience you had, how would you describe them? Like what negative experiences have you had at local restaurants?
Usually it's the way I get treated. Like I've had bad food before, but I mean it is what it is. It's irritating, but the way, like being disrespected by somebody you're breaking bread with is a hard thing for me personally to swallow.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think makes a person or a restaurant owner kind of respond that way? Like, that you're in the business, you're in customer service. You're serving. I mean, that's the primary thing, like you said, customer service. Because, like you said, I could take a bad meal and say, man, food wasn't really good. I mean, the atmosphere was nice. The service. I could take that. But if I have to come into a place and I'm getting treated like shit, even if the food is good, like you're gonna respond differently. But what do you think goes in these business owner head? I mean, they know they're supposed to serve the customer, but where do you think they lose that? Is it popularity? Is it just stop caring?
Was the owner of the
I'm sorry.
Was the owner of the restaurant a male or a female?
I believe it was a female.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's you can't criticize a woman.
That's true.
Like, it takes a special kind of woman to take criticism, even if it's constructive.
Yeah.
So that's probably, but that's starting to be everybody. People can't really take constructive criticism anymore because they take it as a hit to their ego.
Yeah.
And then once they go into the mode of defending their ego, there's no telling what they'll say or do to make themselves feel better again.
Mm-hmm. And
they're not.
That's an interesting point.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, because the ego, and a lot of times, I'm gonna save that because that's gonna take me on a whole other tangent, and I'm really thinking about because the ego is a weird thing, right? And the way people respond to their ego. So defending the ego is a very interesting topic in itself. We'll double back to that. But you were saying about people defending their ego and how it makes them respond.
Yeah, so they get out of character, or they get in their true character, depending on if they're ruled by their ego or not. And then if you criticize them, they feel the need to defend themselves. And then anytime you get into a situation where you have opportunity for people to take sides, they're just going to take sides because people love to be upset and offended about certain stuff or anything really these days, because it's kind of that's what motivates and moves society now, is the ability to pick a side and be able to stand on it.
Yeah. I agree, because with everything, there's no more objectivity or saying, hey, maybe both parties in this thing are flawed, or maybe there's some pros to both, maybe some you can't. And again, it's one thing to ride the fence, right? And there's one thing to say, I don't have a dog in the fight, and it's all fucked up, or it's whatever it's really point, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I can agree with that. People just feel like they have to be on one side or another. We see this with every time some new crisis comes up and everybody's throwing little flags on their profiles, or, whatever, I'm standing with this or I'm supporting with this, and don't even know half of the shit that's fucking going on. Only for a couple of months later, you see those same people who were rooting for said cause mad because of, when you find out the true nature of it, or the outcome from it, or whatever. Now they no longer want to be a part of it. But yeah, we've gotten to the society where everybody has to pick and choose, or they can't just not be involved. I'd rather just say, I don't really give a fuck. But yeah.
And that's how Ocho Cinco ended up getting involved, by him deciding that he needed to ride for something, and he didn't you could tell when he was talking that he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was emotional about it too. It really bothered him. And maybe I don't understand because I'm not black. I don't know, but I have no hour.
Yeah, it's not that complicated though. That's the thing. It's not. Maybe I don't know, because like I said, my black card has been taken, so maybe I'm an outlier or something. And I can understand if you feel like, you've been convinced that everybody else in society is beating you into this little corner. You can only depend on each other. When in reality, it's the people in that little corner which you've been beating your fucking ass and misleading you. But yeah, I can't get it either. That's kind of the same way I saw. When you start responding, the more words he said, the more the respect just kind of, it's like a fucking spilled glass of milk. That shit was just pouring the flow. Why are you talking now? Why? You used to be a great receiver. You were very entertaining, but why are you talking now? Yeah, and retarded. that's all I can say.
And it's the hour thing. Even the Keith Lee dude and his following, like, you're not part of that hour.
Mm.
Like, when you say this is our problem, I mean, obviously there's going to be certain things that I could understand people racially identifying with, but this isn't one of them. Like, that was, and the dude that reviewed the restaurant was black.
Yeah.
Like, how did he become an Uncle Tom? Because he went and gave his honest review about about somewhere that asked him to come and give an honest review.
Yeah. And they got back because they couldn't bribe him.
Well, Chad acted like he had gone in there and said something like, remember when Kanye said slavery was a choice?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how he acted.
Yeah.
Like, as if that's what was said.
Yeah. And again, it was I don't know, and their food is a drug, just like anything else. It impairs your mood, whether it be for good or bad. You eat a good meal, you get itis, you get sleepy, or, they call them comfort foods, whatever. So I see how, and a lot of people in America are depressed too. So they have an emotional connection to food. Like, food becomes their friend or whatever. So maybe that's why there's such an emotionally charged response behind this. But again, it's like you said, somebody just having an opinion. Like, you can not have to see their opinion on anything. Like, I didn't know who the dude was until all of this shit, really, because Ocho says, I'm like, man, why are you hating on him? Like, and then I kind of started looking more into it. Like, oh, Ocho, you tripping on this. But, but yeah, it's a weird situation. And they're like grown men nowadays and the way they're responding to it. Like, I'm not a person who agrees with Shannon a lot on a lot of shit. In the beginning, I don't watch a lot of Shannon, so there may be more things we agree. But the fact, like, in that conversation to me, that he was the one making sense, like, it kind of baffled me. Because a lot of time when Shannon's talking, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Shannon? Like, man, look, but in that scenario, like I said, he was the voice of reason, and that's crazy to me. Uh-huh.
Yeah, for sure, because Shannon's prone to get into his feelings whenever he's discussing something too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what the hell was going through Chad Johnson's mind whenever he got. I seen that on TikTok earlier today too, and then that's whenever I kind of tried to figure out like what exactly happened. And then I was like, this is dumb. I don't have time to try to figure out what exactly happened.
It really is. And that's the crazy shit about it, because, and this is kind of where I was looking at just like, we talk about these things, but it's a real issue, especially in the black community. Like, it's the most juvenile matters. When we got, as black folks, we got way bigger concerns. But it's the most juvenile, trivial shit that occupies us, right? And it's when we look at it, it's like, again, and we all got a bad role to play in it, because there's always that stereotypical black customer, that stereotype about the black business. But again, you should want everybody to fucking support your business. Like, if I open a business, I wouldn't want only black money. I want everybody to come in here and support. I would think that would be the premise of opening a business, trying to get as much money as you can. And again, like I say, if I was a customer, I wouldn't just want to eat at black only plate. People need to diversify, try new shit. But like I said, a lot of people are uncomfortable unless they're surrounded by their own, and they don't realize how much that negatively impacts them, because they don't really get to try real quality shit. So it's a while.
Well, and that kind of permeates society. Like in the chat when we were talking about the hook me up culture.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every single group of people that tries to do a certain type of business with their people ends up going through that, because in my business, the only people I get pushback from or try to negotiate prices, or I hate the fucking phrase, yeah, but what's my price?
What?
Same price as every fucking buddy else. Like,
wow.
It's always the people closest to you that are going to behave in that manner. And when people aren't able to just like not give a shit what other people think about them, this is the kind of stuff that happens. That's really what all of this, from what I could see, the main person that did not care what anybody thought about them was the Keith Lee dude.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I give it to him. That's what I say. That's what kind of made me interested because I figured, a lot of times you see this shit, you see motherfuckers get irate, start acting crazy, yelling. And he was real calm about, explaining it. He was very detailed as to what happened. It wasn't like he was, you know, being negative toward me. Like, this is just what happened. Hey, my wife went in there. She tried to get the food. They were rude. They dismissed her. Then when I came in to see what was going on, it was like, we can get you your food now because they knew who he was. He's like, I want to be treated like everybody else so I can give an honest review. Don't treat me special because I'm here. Don't give me, this extra special treatment because I'm here. He's like, that's why I'll pop up unannounced or I'll, just trying to, just show up because I want to get treated just like anybody else. I want to see what the wait is like. I want to see what the customer service is like. I'm trying to see all this stuff. And again, now it's going to be a point where now that his face is too well known that he won't get that regular treatment anymore. But like I could respect that approach because you see a lot of these motherfuckers now. I eat food, so treat me like a. You got motherfuckers who are Yelp reviewers feeling like they should get special treatment and shit. So I mean, it's weird, but I can respect it. Hey, this is just my honest opinion about the food. I'm not trying to burn a business down. I'm not trying to clown them. I'm not trying to overly promote. If they're good, they're good. If they're not, hey, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not shitting on, and I can fuck with that because sometimes people will see something negative and they'll overdo it for the extra attention. And like from Chad's point, talking about it hurts, but you only hurt yourself if you're not, a quality business. If you're lacking, if you're not, taking the things, investing in the things, whether it be customer service, whether it be atmosphere, whether it be price, whatever it may be to compete, you're hurting yourself, right? If you're not aware of your market or what it is that you need to be doing. So that's no fault of his. Food just might not have been, service might not have been it. But we take the shit personally because it's black owned or some motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you, right? That's weird.
That's what I was saying. Like the hour mentality is just real. That's real weird to me to have that kind of like. People got it, but that's how his whole career went. He was never sure of himself. That's why he behaved the way that he behaved. But like people who cannot identify with their, can't find their identity inside. So they're always like looking for something on the outside to be able to identify with so that they're able to find their identity. Like those kinds of people are going to get confused and upset about a multitude of things throughout their life that they probably shouldn't be wasting their energy on. And the other thing that kind of got exposed that could be just directed towards life in general is that dude must have handled it well for his wife to be the one to get disrespected. Because I know, like me personally, I could take a lot. Mm-hmm. I could take a lot of disrespect directed just at me because I'm used to it. I'm married. I have kids. I'm like, whatever. But if you disrespect my wife or my kids, it's like that's way worse than disrespecting me. Yeah. And so, like, if they disrespected her and he still went in there and handled it as a business because he sees what he's doing as his business and obviously is lucrative for him. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it could have went way worse than it did. Especially if you have people willing to go burn places down and kill people and shit. That's wild. Like
that's super crazy. But yeah, and I think I give it to him because when he talked about it, I didn't show that clip. When he kind of talked about what took place, he was calm. He was real cool to collect. But he's like, I know the power of having this following and what it can do. So he's like, I'm not. People tell me, I should only leave good reviews. He's like, well, then now that kind of waters down my brand, right? And people aren't getting a genuine review. If I say everything is good, then people think, I'm being fake. He's like, I've had it where I've had 3 or 4 good reviews of places and everybody, oh, you're just saying it because, it's this. Or I might come across a string of bad places. Now I'm just all of a sudden a hater. He's like, it's just kind of how things flow. But, people can't process shit on their own. They sometimes, you can be overdoing it on the pattern recognition, right? Like you notice patterns in life, things. People look for that first 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, 3 in a row is he's and so he's just basically talking about how he can hurt these businesses by by giving misleading reviews, and he's well aware of that, and so I can respect that. Like he knows what he's doing, and so he handled it about as well as he can. And I'm kind of like you. I don't think I probably would have handled it smoothly. It would have been burn this motherfucker down, right? And the rest of Atlanta with it.
I might be like, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I did have an experience like that today with my daughter. I worked the graveyard last night, and it doesn't matter what ceremony I try to do, I'm only going to sleep so much on a graveyard shift. And so I'm never the nicest person in the world whenever I'm on graveyard. So I took my daughter to Paleta bar. Do you eat Paleta? It's like the Mexican ice cream, little fruit ice cream bars and shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't. It's been a long ass time. I think like the last time I got one, the dude on the little cart probably came by and brought one through.
Well, that's big here. Like they have like chains of them and shit.
Yeah.
And I took my daughter over there, and we go to this place 2-3 times a week. Yeah. But there's also a place next door I went to get something for my wife from. So I gave her the list of what everyone wanted, and she went in there to order. And then I told her, if I'm not back before you're done ordering, then just sit down right here. And I went to the store I went to. And whenever I went to go get her, she wasn't in there. And so I said, hey, is my daughter in here? And they were like, no, she left. But the bitch was like hella rude about it. Like as if I was a dumb motherfucker for asking if my daughter was still in there. So I was like, all right, bitch. And then I turned around and my daughter was standing behind me. I was like, what are you doing? I told you to stay in here. She said, Dad, that lady was mean to me. Yeah. And I said, what? And she said, that lady was mean to me. I ordered a fruit cup. And then I was going to order something else. And she said, well, do you have anything else that you're going to order then? And she just goes through this process of telling me what a bitch this lady was. Yeah. And it took everything in me just to get in the truck with her and leave, because I knew, like, you're tired. You might go in there and snap. You might knock this agua fresca all over the floor. Like, just get in the truck and leave with her. Yeah. And like that situation, if somebody would have been like, I'll go fuck that store up, as wrong as it had been, I'd have been like, yeah, go fuck that store up. Like, I wouldn't have asked no questions. I'd have been like, yeah, go do it. Go trash that bitch.
And that's kind of, it's funny to say that, because when he talked about it, he was like, yeah, we had just came in, I think just got off their flights. And he was talking about how basically it was just, a bunch going on. And he was just, I don't think it was just that place. It was a few different places in Atlanta. And with Atlanta allegedly being, quote unquote, the black Mecca, it's all the weirdest of the blacks are going to be out there. Yeah, and people got all upset about it. So, like, because the motherfucker basically told the truth about, your environment, that you overhype and, it's this, and it turns out, hey, you motherfuckers just eating a bunch of overpriced bullshit and paying for it. And they think you're eating good, but you're really not. And people got upset by it. Like, instead of saying, you know what, hey, maybe he's right, or holding the restaurant to a higher standard, or whatever it may be, people got mad and want to kill over it. But I could definitely understand in that sense. Like if it was somebody personally, I could definitely understand that. But just the food itself, maybe not so much.
Yeah, for sure. And the best thing that restaurant owner probably could have done was been like, you know what, we were busy or whatever the case was, and just been like, I apologize. We would like to invite you and your wife to come and have a meal on us, and yeah, and then give us a review, or maybe something besides to get on the radio on some weirdo shit and try to like tear him down for what he did. But the world is full of crap.
Yeah, and you're always going to look like the bad guy in that situation because of how he handled. He handled it in such a way that. I was straight up. I was 100 about the situation. I could have went and left, but I still didn't. I still, I wouldn't say extended the glove of peace, but I'm just being honest about my experience. And so, because you're mad about how, you handle it, you're mad at me for being honest about it. Like, don't tell anybody. Like, that's a weird thing to me. And I agree with you with the whole hour thing, because in situations like that, Motherfuckers can come in here and say whatever, I'm sure. But the people that just fucked me over the most, if I had ever been scammed, finagled, hoodwinked, put in a basket, it's been motherfuckers who look just like me. I'm not saying that I ain't been happening to others, but if we're just talking about the percentage of the negative, it's been more with more motherfuckers who look like me. I've had to get into it, motherfuckers who look like me more than anything. So it's hard for me to sit here and just say, well, these are all my buddies just because they have the same skin tone as me. I fuck with, fuck no. That's a lost mentality. That's like a I'm ready to get set up type mentality. Like, I'm just going to give all these people a pass because of something that they won in the cosmic lottery that they had no control over. They just happen to be born black, and I happen to be born black. So hey, they are okay with me. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's this fucking ignorant way of existing. But it's a lot of motherfuckers who do. So.
And that's starting to amp up, like, just in general. And it's probably going to get a little bit worse where people feel the need to identify with their race. And there's a bunch of shit out there for people to, like, have good reasoning in their mind for why they're identifying that way. And what people do is what people do. I can't tell nobody what to do. But what I can say is if you are in a situation like you need assistance immediately, or you just, if you're fucked up, whoever is going to be there for you, you know in your heart who's going to be there. Those are the only people that really should matter, because we've been on this earth for a very long time. And I don't know if you've ever done one of those ancestry DNAs or the 23andMe and all that shit, but some people might be like super surprised about what that shit says. So whoever started each individual person's lineage might shock them. Like, if reparations was ever an actual thing, people might be shocked about who would owe who money in some instances. So,
I can see
and we get lied to a lot about a lot of shit. But that racial identity is going to be more of a handicap for anybody here in the next, like, 5 to 7 years, probably.
Yeah. I mean, pretty soon, when the next generation too, everybody's going to look like fucking Barack. But, like, and I agree, though, because, I mean, I just look at it like, come on, man. We talk about these things all the time, and especially, and it's not to be female bashing, but the whole saying, daddy's maybe mama's baby, shit, the milkman used to come along. There used to be a lot of things going on back in the day. It was a lot of time women were left isolated for long periods. They still had the same urges and desires and opportunities, and, there's some but think about how many motherfuckers have kids and don't know who the daddy is. So what does that cut off? So it's like there's a lot of lies in lineage, right? A lot of lies in the lineage. That might be a fucking topic to come out. But, how every nigga named Jefferson, they motherfuckers said, what was that skit? It was a 23andMe skit, and it was every black person, the famous person that they were related to was Thomas Jefferson. Like, all the other white people, they have, like, all these crazy, Napoleon, something. And the black person, Thomas Jefferson. And that shit was fucking funny. But, it's just like, it's a situation where, like, you're right, it doesn't matter. But that's the one reason why I won't take one of those tests. I won't take a 23andMe or Ancestry, simply because I want to say I'm 100% black, and it can't be disputed if I don't take the fucking test. I know it's not true. I know somewhere along there's some other shit going on, right? Like, I know this just from the immediate family that I do know. But I just don't. I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I know there's gonna be some shit. I'm gonna be like, God damn it, I can't talk about them anymore. So I just rather be ignorant about it.
When I ended up taking one, it was because I was the same way. I was like, I'm never taking that, but it was more because I didn't feel like I haven't had to give up my DNA yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been convicted.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do it. My wife did it when we were trying to find her dad, and they sent her like a free one.
Yeah.
And we didn't know where my dad's name came from, because he had a last name that nobody really understood, but his first name was Jose. So we were like, who is this dude? Because he didn't know his dad. And so we sent it in, and just the stuff that came back on mine and my wife's, I was like, this shit is wild. Like, I never would have guessed some of the origins that were in both of our blood. But another thing people tend to misinterpret, like, unfortunately, the way that we're told about history is that it's almost as if history started with the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where history starts for us right now in Western civilization. But like black people or just darker hued people in general ruled in every part of this world at one point or another. You know what I mean? So where did the style of slavery originate? I don't know. But to think that black people are just a group of people that in the Americas that suffered from the transatlantic slave trade and were never like a empirical force throughout the world. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
they ran shit.
Yeah, it's a
So-
weird belief. Because the thing with niggas though on that though is because a lot of niggas bought that shit and then expect, well, white people didn't teach us that. Well, it's not white people's job to teach you that, right? Like, it's not white people's job to teach you really anything. Especially if you believe them the way that they are. If you, hey, they're the devil, they're the this, they're that. Okay, cool. Well, then you should, inform yourself with that information. And so a lot of people get mad. Oh, our history just like, no. If you just dig a little bit past that, just a little bit, you'll see that there's a robust history there. But, again, people just, they take what they're fed instead of, going out and seeking the information. They expect somebody's supposed to just pull up one day and provide all of it to them.
Yeah, for sure. And like the stuff about like the Moors that is finally starting to become more mainstream understanding about the United States. The Moors ruled in Europe too. Like they ruled during the Dark Ages. Like, they weren't just called there's more than one reason that time period was called the Dark Ages. But anyway, the point I'm making is people should just be careful what they decide they're going to put their heart into.
Yeah.
And you never know who you might be related to that would just completely shock you.
Yeah. So now shout out to Young Ken. See, I'm so proud of Young Ken. Used to come here saying the most off the wall shit, singing shitty rap lyrics. Now he got some sense about himself. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, and now you got me thinking about it. I'm almost tempted to take a test. I've been on this whole, I don't really fuck with my family too much, right? Because I've started to learn a lot about them. And so I was like, I can't rely on these motherfuckers to give me the information I need, historically. And so I'm halfway debating it because I'm almost kind of curious. But I kind of don't want to know. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that might be a den thing to do. Maybe I'll take a test and we'll...
I would be curious about what yours came back as too, because I have two family members that had black people marry into the family, but we've never gotten to discuss heritage or lineage. But I would like to see where yours would come from, because from talking to you over the last 6 years and seeing you, I would assume that you're an American, like a real American, like a Geechee.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be interested to see if they try to say that you're from like Zimbabwe or some shit. Because then I could just rule that shit out. Like, that shit isn't real.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that you're probably like an actual Native American.
I can see that. I want to say somewhere on my grandmother's side, I do recall. I'm gonna tell me, I think that my great grandma, somebody there's some kind of Indian, Native American something going on. But as I say, I've never been too deep into caring about shit until more so recently. And so I definitely that might be a thing. And we might have to get a test, just wait and do the den, open the results up live on the den, and my fucking results gonna say fucking Thomas Jefferson. It'll be a terrible day. But yeah, that's actually, we might do that. That might I'm gonna jot that down. Check out which one you took, the Ancestry or the 23andMe?
I think it was the ancestry, because I still get emails from them. Oh, you got a new cousin. Oh, you got. I'm like, oh, I'm good. I've got all I can afford.
Yeah, I don't need no new cousins. Keep them down the line. So it's like, so it like asks you every time somebody else does one or something, it like adds, or if it finds new people, or how does that work?
Well, my wife started piecing together our family tree. So like she has a whole profile and stuff on there. So anytime somebody is connected to my DNA, it alerts her. And then she set up emails because she thinks I need to like find my people, and I'm like, they'll find me. Whoever's supposed to find me is gonna find me.
Yeah, no, and that's interesting that you said that. I was and I think this is what happened. I woke up this morning, and this had nothing to do with anything, right? And I guess I woke up this morning, and my mindset was, I want to word this right. It's like, and it was that I'm tired of fighting, right? And not tired of fighting. I'm always going to have a level of aggression inside me that needs to be expelled one way or another. But like, I'm tired of fighting against what's supposed to be yours, right? And for whatever reason, I just said that my phone activated and started trying to talk to me. And I've never used that feature, so that's real weird. You're listening in, but like, because I feel like what's supposed to be for you should flow with you, right? Like, I think, fighting comes when you grow, when you're, facing challenges, things like that. But when I don't know. I mean, it's kind of this thought I was having earlier. It's like, certain things shouldn't be as difficult as human beings make them, right? Like, I think we create a lot of this bullshit, like these bullshit ass problems that we have. So I'm like, man, I'm tired of creating this unnecessary turmoil. So I'm gonna start trying to make shit a little bit easier on myself by not getting my own fucking way.
That's good insight, man, for sure. Life is not easy, but it is simple.
Yeah. So I've been definitely overcomplicating shit. So definitely. Okay. If I see this, damn, I didn't realize it's almost that time. But Mr. Illusion, as always, sir, and like I said, we get lost in the conversation. I enjoy chopping it up with you. If you are available, definitely want to chop it up a little bit more in the Discord and after the stream.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Appreciate you taking my call, Honcho. Good talk, man.
Absolutely. As always, I definitely value it. I definitely appreciate it, sir. Thank you for calling in this evening.
Same here, bro. Later.
Shout out to Mr. All Illusion. So it is about that time. Okay, so the line does. I know what I got to do. I know what I got to do with the line. What I have to do with that, and I'm gonna set some other shit up. So cool. Okay. I'm just trying to get things more efficient behind the scenes. I think it's better if I use that because I don't think that's using as much resources as I was using the other web phone. Another one's like a Google Voice phone, so I don't think the quality was as good. I have to see how the quality is on that. I know I can't use this process to capture the audio because it sounds terrible. And I know the other desktop probably sounds. So a couple of things to tweak. I'm gonna do that while we are in the Discord, because there's actually a few things I want to work on. I need to improve a couple of things with the bot. Let me see something real quick. This may have been it. Let me try something real quick while I do have the bot fucking live. I'm telling you, when I say it's it's gonna be a lot of shit going on, right? When I say I'm gonna get this, gonna get to the point where the den is gonna be very, very unexpected. I mean, we're gonna have the most normal den conversation, but there's gonna be some real off the wall things taking place. We got to keep it alive. Can't let it get stale. Let me see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's oh, that's right. Get that, take that, get that. Yeah. What I was going to tell you. Let me see. Let me see. So yeah, I'm gonna have to couple things. Like I gotta set a few things on it. All right. So this way, if you to drop the Discord link in the chat. If y'all ain't in that thing, get in that thing. I'm already in the voice chat. First is the worst. Second is the best. Like you know what? That's the shit that contributed to the loser victim mentality. Y'all remember that shit? First is the worst. Second is the best. That was a loser who created it. Who came up with that? This motherfucker who could never get first place. You know what I'm saying? Came up with that first is the worst. First is always the best. What the fuck are you talking about? First is the worst. Second is the best. That was some loser shit. God damn it. Yeah, not at all come to fruition. The kids, you lost your $8. What the fuck? I like applesauce. What the fuck? Like all these little stupid ass kids. Anyway. Like I said, I probably ain't gonna rock tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm not for sure, right? But Friday, definitely, I'm taking off. I may start early, just depending on what time I get off work. But we'll definitely go on the weekend. Like I said, I'm just taking some time. I want to tweak all these other little things up. So now we got a new line. Figured I'm gonna implement that. There's a couple of things I've been wanting to put on stream. It really ain't gonna take time. It's gonna take a couple of hours. I just gotta sit down and do it. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life. It does mean something, right? I talk about like I notice I have too much time to think because I don't go places meaninglessly. Like unless I just have a reason. I don't know. I don't just be able. I gotta start going to do something. I need to go to the movies. Right, I need to go to the movies or something. But it's like I'm just in the house now. Right, when I used to work, when I was driving, I had to drive like I was mad. I got to drive everywhere all fucking day. I don't want to be driving. I don't sit in the fucking house. Now I'm in the house. I'm in the house. Like I'm a fucking this shit, bro. I'm in the fucking house, and so I got to start like finding reasons to go out. Like we go to this store to get my cigars because nobody's at this store. I can walk to this store. Let me go to this store. Maybe I see other human beings or something, right? I'm tired of seeing the same lady at the little local corner store. Like, it ain't black people that just got bad customer service. We finna get into it. Let me go get a deal. We're going to talk about more about this poor customer service stuff. We're going to have a good conversation, but I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all can be anywhere in the world. Like the fact that y'all in the den, man, I thank you for that. And again, my honor, my privilege, my pleasure. Y'all, I'm telling you, I can be in a bad mood and then just does it for my love, y'all, man. I really do. I thank y'all for being here. Meet me in the Discord. Like, this is the point where I'm just gonna randomly cut the shit off and go into this. Like, why y'all still here? I see 9. This should be like 3 at this point because I'm gone. I'm out of here. Adios, amigo.